already. So he's off Mufasa, he off the... I can't use him for the fantasy no more because my friend is off. So it's done. I gotta find somebody else. Gotta go back to Lenny Kravitz. Looks like there's a new couple in Hollywood. Aaron Pierre, Teyana. Aaron Pierre, that's Teyana.
Stop scrolling, because this story will leave you completely stunned. Imagine being in love, caught in the heat of passion, believing you've found something new after heartbreak, only to realize that the person you're with isn't just fighting their own doubts, they're fighting their family too. That's exactly what Teyana Taylor is going through right now with Aaron Pierre. And just when everyone thought things couldn't get messier, Aaron's own mother stepped in and changed everything. In a moment that has gone viral and sent fans into a frenzy, she looked her son dead in the eye, handed him a Bible, and warned him that Teyana is the devil. Yes, you heard that right. Not just disapproval, not just side-eyeing the relationship like some mothers quietly do. This was bold, loud, and public. It wasn't a private whisper behind closed doors. It wasn't a soft hint. Aaron's mom made it clear. She believes Teyana is toxic, dangerous, and leading her son down a path away from God, away from family, and away from the man she raised him to be. And if that wasn't enough, the fact that this moment was witnessed by people close to them and then leaked online has turned a family drama into a public spectacle. To understand just how explosive this moment was, you need to know the backstory. Aaron and Teyana's relationship was already complicated from the start. When the two began spending time together after Teyana's messy split from Amon Shumpert, the internet immediately picked sides. Some cheered for Teyana, saying she deserved happiness after everything she endured with Amon's alleged infidelities and the emotional roller coaster of their marriage. Others warned that she was moving too fast, that Aaron might not be the man she thought he was. But through all the noise, Teyana pushed forward. She smiled in pictures, posted subtle hints of joy, and carried herself as if she finally found peace. Aaron, on his part, looked proud to be by her side. But behind the smiles and the pictures, there was tension brewing. Aaron's family, especially his mother, wasn't on board. She saw Teyana not as a fresh start for her son, but as a danger. From her perspective, Teyana was older, already coming with baggage from a high-profile marriage, and worst of all, living a lifestyle that didn't align with her values. Aaron's mom has always been described as deeply religious. She's the type of woman who quotes scripture in conversation, who believes that a God-fearing home is the foundation of every strong family. So when she saw Aaron falling headfirst into Teyana's world of fame, lights, and controversy, it terrified her. And then came the breaking point. Reports say the confrontation happened during a family gathering where Aaron had brought Teyana along. Things were already tense, with small jabs being thrown here and there. But when Aaron's mother finally spoke her truth, the room fell silent. She pulled out a Bible, pressed it into Aaron's hands, and told him point-blank that he needed to return to God because the woman sitting beside him was not from the light. She called Teyana the devil, right to her face. Can you imagine the weight of that moment? The air being sucked out of the room? The awkward silence as family members tried to process what just happened? Aaron was reportedly frozen. He didn't know whether to defend his mother or protect Teyana. His silence, in that moment, was deafening. For Teyana, it felt like betrayal all over again. Here she was, standing in a room full of people she barely knew, being accused of being the devil, and the man she loved said nothing. Those close to the situation say Teyana's eyes filled with tears, not just from anger, but from humiliation. She felt disrespected, cornered, and outnumbered. Social media, of course, got hold of the story within hours. Leaked accounts of the confrontation started spreading like wildfire. Fans immediately began dissecting the situation. Some sided with Aaron's mom, saying she was just protecting her son from what she saw as a dangerous relationship. They argued that mothers often have instincts, that they can sense things before the rest of the world does, and maybe she was just trying to save Aaron before it was too late. Others, however, were furious. They accused the mom of being judgmental, controlling, and downright disrespectful. They argued that no matter what she thought of Teyana, calling her the devil in front of everyone was crossing the line. Through all this noise, Teyana remained mostly silent. But as always, silence has a way of speaking volumes. Fans noticed she unfollowed several people close to Aaron's family. Then came a cryptic Instagram story that set the internet on fire. Against a black background, she wrote, "People will call you the devil when your light makes their demons uncomfortable." That one line was enough to confirm what everyone suspected. She was responding to Aaron's mom. The story was screenshotted, reposted, and dissected by blogs within minutes. And just like that, Teyana turned from the accused into the fighter, clapping back in her own poetic way. But if you thought that was the end of it, think again. Aaron now finds himself stuck in the middle of the two most important women in his life, his mother and his girlfriend. His mother represents his upbringing, his faith, and his sense of family loyalty. Teyana represents his present, his passion, and his future. Choosing one means disappointing the other. And his indecision is only making things worse. Instead of calming the storm, his silence is being read as weakness, as him lacking the courage to stand up for what he truly wants. Fans are divided on what he should do. Some argue that a man who cannot defend his woman in front of his family isn't ready for a serious relationship. They say Teyana deserves someone who will protect her at all costs, not someone who freezes when things get hard. Others insist that Aaron is in an impossible position and that no man should ever be forced to choose between his mother and his partner. They believe the real issue is the lack of respect, and until that's addressed, the relationship can't survive. And now, the bigger question looms. Where does this leave Aaron and Teyana? For Teyana, this isn't just about being called a name. It's about being treated like an outsider, someone unworthy of the man she loves. For Aaron, it's about reconciling two worlds that may never fit together. Can he really build a life with Teyana if his mother sees her as the devil? Or will the weight of his family's disapproval slowly destroy their bond? The irony is almost painful. What began as a deeply personal, private matter has now exploded into the public eye, making people more invested than ever in Aaron and Teyana's story. Social media is buzzing. Every post they like, every photo they're spotted in, every cryptic quote or silence is being dissected like evidence in a high-profile case. It's no longer just a relationship. It's a spectacle. Strangers feel entitled to pick sides, to comment, to speculate. People are watching closely, not just fans or followers, but critics, influencers, even casual onlookers. Everyone wants to know, will Teyana walk away after being labeled the devil by the woman who could have been her future mother-in-law? Will Aaron finally take a stand, choosing love over legacy? Or will his mother dig her heels in even deeper, forcing a painful ultimatum no one is ready for? What started as a family argument has morphed into something bigger, a cultural conversation about love versus tradition, personal freedom versus family expectations, and the limits of loyalty. And with every passing day, the stakes only get higher. Because when private pain becomes public entertainment, no one walks away unscathed. And the scariest part? This might just be the beginning. Because when a mother draws a line in the sand and dares to call the woman her son loves the devil, that's not just a moment of anger. It's a declaration of war. It's the kind of judgment that echoes through family dinners, holiday gatherings, and late-night phone calls. It changes everything. Those words aren't easily forgotten. They leave bruises on hearts and build invisible walls that divide even the closest of families. Aaron is now standing at the edge of two worlds, the one he was raised in and the one he's building with Teyana. His mother, deeply rooted in tradition, clutches her Bible like a shield, convinced she's saving her son's soul. But to Aaron, love isn't a sin. Teyana isn't the devil. She's his light, his partner, the person who sees him for who he really is, not who others want him to be. But love under fire doesn't always survive. Pressure has a way of twisting even the strongest bonds. Aaron knows that any step forward with Teyana might mean stepping away from the only family he's ever known. And for Teyana, the message is clear. She's either accepted as part of Aaron's life, or she'll forever remain the outsider. Now, the world is watching. friends, family, maybe even strangers on the internet. Everyone has an opinion, but only Aaron can decide. Will he cling to the faith his mother raised him on, or will he fight for the future he wants with the woman he loves? One thing's for sure, the drama is far from over, and hearts are about to be tested like never before.